Hi everybody, I'm Eric Bolvin, and this video goes with my book, Flex on the Move. You can download the introduction and a couple pages of exercises for free at bolvinmusic.com, publications, and look for Flex on the Move. Flexibility is something that all brass players practice, pretty much, and you're not going to get up on stage and play flexibility in front of an audience. It's more of a means to an end. But the exercises that are in some of the flexibility books have been used for years and years by all the brass players, trumpet, trombone, and tuba. And types of flexibility exercises, like in the Charles Colin book, he's got these longer lines where you play them one fingering and you play a long line, and then you rest a little bit, go to the next fingering, and you go through all the fingerings. That Claude Gordon used to call that long flexibility. And then there's the short and repetitive type of exercise, which you'll find in Earl D. Irons, 27 groups of exercises. And so I came up with this moving flexibility. Now, I didn't invent it, but I did coin the phrase. So my exercises are shorter patterns, and every one of them will go through the entire set of fingerings. So you start it open, go down to 2, 1, 1, 2, etc. And then you get to 1, 2, and 3, and it comes back up. Every time you change a fingering, you're going to either go up or down a half step. So these exercises, they really, they lay well on the horn, and they're going to get you feeling good. And that's what Claude used to always say. About a routine or an exercise, he would say, this is going to get you feeling good. And that's the point of this book, to get you feeling good and to help you improve. And these, they're a lot of fun to play. My students are really having a lot of fun with these exercises. Now, once again, I didn't invent the stuff. You can read more on the intro, but there is some similar type of exercises that move around through all the fingerings. Like in Arbin, there's one, and Del Stager's had a couple. And then Charles Colin 100 Warm-Ups is a book that nobody ever uses, but that's got some of these types of exercises in it. But this is the first book really that's just devoted to this type of exercises. Okay. Things to watch out for. Now, you can read more on this on the introduction, but John Daniel, he's a great trumpet teacher and player, and he says, we learn to play high by using pressure and play low by dropping our jaw. And we spend our entire life trying to unlearn these habits. Now, I don't think that there's such thing as no movement when you play trumpet, and there's no such thing as no pressure. But there is such thing as excess movement and excess pressure. And these are the things that we want to try to eliminate when we're playing these exercises and when we're practicing the trumpet. Now, let's talk about pressure first. So let's say you're playing an exercise and you're trying to slow up to a high C and you don't make it. You're stuck on that B flat. What do? Well, what we usually do is we give a little more pressure, a little push, and then that gets us to no, right? It works. Pressure works. What I tell my students is, if you're at that point and you didn't make it to the high note, stop. Don't reinforce the pressure thing. Just stop, go back a little bit, start over, and you'll get it on the second time through. So when you're on the gig, you got to do what you got to do. But when you're practicing the trumpet, try to realize when you're going to use excess pressure. Now, once again, I'm not talking about no pressure. There is pressure involved in playing the trumpet. We just want it to be uniform, and it shouldn't change a whole lot from register to register, okay? Also, as you get higher and maybe you want more pressure to come from within to equalize this pressure that's coming from outside. So it's a balance of playing the trumpet. I don't want to get too much into how things work here, but basically there's a balance going on, and these exercises are going to help you find that balance. Now, as far as the excess movement, we can try a little exercise, and basically it's the first 3 notes of exercise 1A. This is G, C, G. The problem with the movement generally happens when we go down into the low register. And if we drop our jaw too much to get down to the low register is okay. It's just getting back up that's the problem. So we don't want to make big allowances for the low note. If the low notes come out a little bit wonky at first, that's okay, because we're used to scooping them and dropping our jaw and coming in from underneath. So try this. Just play the G and then slow down to the C and back to the G and see how much your jaw moves. Now I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to show you how not to do it and then how to do it. So, once again, there's movement involved in playing trumpet, there's pressure involved in playing trumpet. Just want to be conscious of excess movement and excess pressure. If we can eliminate these things in our practice sessions, eventually when we play, our playing will be much more efficient and our endurance will be much better on the trumpet. All right, now this book is really well organized. If you look in the intro that you've printed or downloaded, you can see at the end I have a lesson plan for you. Now you don't have to follow this plan, but I've organized the exercises in sections. The sections are by range. So the first section, section A, section 1 only goes up to C. Section 2 goes up to E. Section 3 goes from low C to the E. So each section adds one more harmonic, and then we have a subsequent section that it covers the entire range of the instrument. So, and then there's the tracks. So like exercise 1A, 9A, 17A, all the ones that are A are in a track. They're all similar exercises and you can practice those all together. Now, the routine that I've outlined takes you through progressively using the tracks and the sections together. So start out by following my lesson, and then you can go however you want to go. It takes 55 lessons to get through this whole thing. There's a lot of material there and it's a lot of practicing, and it's really going to help you get better at playing your instrument. I suggest you stay on each routine for 2 weeks. Okay? And also, all the exercises in this book are slurred. Alright, so you guys are probably tired of me playing all the time. So we're going to check out some of my awesome students playing these exercises. yes, this book is available for trombone and for tuba. And here's my friend Ferris. He's going to play some of the exercises right now for you on trombone. Okay, if you made it this far, you get to see Stevie. So there's a whole section in the book on glissandos, and glissandos are an awesome way to get your chops together and working on the whole machine. So I'm going to demonstrate one of the exercises in glissandos, and there's a whole glissando routine that you can combine with the other routines, and that's about it on Flex on the Move. Send me an email, let me know how you're doing, or leave a message here on YouTube. And Stevie, look at the camera, buddy. Look at the camera. There's Stevie. All right, good luck out there.